face-to-face events to digital-driven information and marketing strategies is here to stay. What's happening is that face-to-face events are not coming back anytime soon. People are still keen to do digital events and to stay away from face-to-face events for the time being. There are three main things happening here. The first thing is there are legacy reps, sales reps in vendors that want to see face-to-face events come back, and they're pushing their CMOs to sign up for events. The second thing that's happening is the CMO wants to support sales, but they're also part of the executive team who's managing the P&L. And what they've experienced in the past 2 years during the pandemic is that the bottom line within the digital transformation shift has been lowered by having a digital strategy and having less face-to-face events. And also there is an expense scaling that has happened due to lead and data volumes that helps modernize their sales and marketing departments. What this means is that having a digital strategy is actually more cost effective. And the third thing that's happening, and the most important thing that's going on here, is on the buyer side. They've found that without having face-to-face events, they're still getting their information via digital platforms and via content that they can find themselves online. So with that going on, they control the speed that they do their research, and this signals a permanent shift to online access for data.
Localization without the tiers. How can you do it? Well, I'm going to start with what we mean when we say localization. And I think it really is as simple as selecting the appropriate content from other markets and playing it in region or market friendly time zones. How do you know if your content is appropriate? It's thinking about, what does this content feature? So does it include a customer who may not have a presence in the market that I'm playing it into, but that type of customer exists? And I've got a really good example of that from Okta. So for Octane in 2021, it's a large global event. They repurposed some of the content to replay on BrightTALK for the APAC market. And I really want to point out, just thinking about that kind of customer-facing approach. T-Mobile, they're in telecommunications. Do they have a presence in APAC? Not so much, but there are other telecommunications companies throughout APAC for whom that story would be relevant. So they've looked at the content and they've thought about, what's the message, who's speaking on it, and is it still appropriate to that audience, and opted to replay it. So it's really about thinking, what content do we have already that may actually have a more broad use than the market it was created in.
The bottom line is, our job as marketers is to provide information at a point in time where the customer needs to be intercepted with that information to help them further their cause down the buying path, if you will. And a lot of the stuff is very generic, but as you've all seen, buyers want independent, unbiased opinion and educational materials in order to help them move down that journey. So you can see here, 4 out of 5 deals engage with marketing content over 6 months before somebody actually buys something. So think about that for a minute. We get used to, if we have a product launch, we build associated content and whatever else we're doing along with that campaign to launch a product. But the reality is there's a lag from market consumption. So setting the stage for market via content, that we'll go through an example in just a minute, is just as important as actually having something when someone's ready to actually make a buying decision. It's not about you. It's not about your product. I know you think it's great. I know it's your blood, sweat, and tears, and it's really hard to separate yourself from that. But great content is about the problem that a customer faces and the benefits that a customer gains by implementing something that takes away those problems or augments or helps or accelerates a better outcome for them. So I guess that's my closing point there, is great content makes a customer think that you're in this for them